Hello again, and welcome to the Latex Modified Concrete Working Group's weekly briefing on high-performance latex modified concrete. Thanks for joining us. I'm Pat Martins with Bridge Preservation and Inspection Services reporting for the working group. Today, we are going to talk about factors affecting the bond and performance of HPLMC. The most important aspect of any concrete overlay installation is its ability to gain an effective and long-term bond. In previous videos in this series, we have talked about how the latex itself has that sticky texture to it and how the styrene butadiene polymers attach themselves to the other mixed components in the deck substrate. But just that attraction to the existing deck in and of itself is not all that is needed to achieve successful bonding. The other obvious necessity for a well-bonded overlay is the surface preparation. Bear in mind that the better the deck condition and the better job you do of prepping the deck, the better chance of getting a longer lasting system. So if you skimp on this, you risk compromising the bond and in turn the longevity of the overlay. Surface preparation includes several key factors: deck evaluation and soundness, removal of microfractures, surface roughness, deck cleanliness, and proper deck saturation. Before an overlay goes down, the owner must verify the deck is a good candidate. In particular, an evaluation of the deck should be done. This includes evaluating structural cracking of the deck and areas in need of repair, including any pre-existing patches. It could even include coring to determine the overall soundness of the deck, chloride sampling, and surface resistivity testing in some cases. Most of the time, NBI 5 and above rated bridge decks are going to be excellent candidates to receive an HPLMC overlay. If there are moving structural cracks in the deck, over time those cracks may reflect back through the overlay, so be aware of that. It can become a future point of moisture infiltration to attack the bonding interface if the bond is weak there. The latex overlay, while it can provide some relief, will not overcome significant movement that might be part of live load deflections or other structural movement. Deteriorated or failed areas of deck concrete or pre-existing patches that are unsound will require removal and replacement by either conventional patching techniques or hydrodemolition. In addition to the general soundness, there needs to be assurance that there is no microfracturing within the surface to which the overlay is expected to bond to. If there are microfractures at or just below the overlay bond interface, that will be a weakened point that wants to fail the overlay. So it is critical to ensure that all microfracturing is addressed. The best way to handle this is through the use of a total surface hydrodemolition. It is also important that there is good quality surface area that the overlay can grab to. For many years, conventional milling was the method of preparation. Now, with the availability of hydrodemolition equipment, that method provides a much more reliable means to prepare the surface. It not only eliminates the potential for microfracturing that conventional milling can induce, but it also provides upwards of 300 to 400% more bondable surface area for the HPLMC to grab to at the overlay interface compared to a milled profile. Assuring that the deck is sound, free of microfractures, and has good profile to grab to, it is then incumbent to make sure the deck is clean immediately prior to pouring. That will include either an abrasive type blast or an equivalent high pressure water blast of 7,500 psi or more. This is necessary to give an immaculate surface free of any debris and latents that can compromise the adhesion. That final cleaning also helps open up the surface pores to promote that chemical adhesion between the deck and the latex. And finally, prior to the pour, pre-wetting of the surface is important. Pre-wetting is important not just to the bond, but to the overall installation and performance of the concrete. Having the right surface conditions through watering will enhance the bond. However, you don't want to have areas of puddling on the deck either. This can cause a bond breaker situation as well as weaken the concrete quality at the interface between the overlay and the deck. I will talk about this topic in more detail next week. In summary, the better that you can perform all these steps for surface preparation, the better chance you have of obtaining a long-term bond with 25 plus years of service life possible in many cases. And that will wrap up this week's topic. Join us again next week as we are going to continue the discussion on installation prep as we look at other factors to consider with preparing and installing an HPLMC overlay to enhance its performance. If you are checking us out on YouTube, I'd invite you to subscribe if you have not already, or you can find us out on the Latex Modified Concrete Working Group Facebook page. Just search for us at Latex Modified Concrete WG. If you have a question for our working group regarding latex modified concrete, feel free to drop us a line at lmcwg@bridgepreservation.net. We look forward to hearing from you, and we will get back to you with an answer to your question. Hey, let's continue to extend the life of our bridge decks by protecting them with HPLMC overlays. See you next time.